Hello, this is Jonathan Mansky, and I'm going to be talking about distaste around money. I saw this the other day when I was working with a client of mine, and what I noticed is that it's very common for people to have a sort of a distasteful experience of money. It leaves a bad taste in their mouth, kind of a yuck, like, oh, I got to deal with my bills, oh, I got to deal with finances. It's just general distaste. Now think about this for a minute. Let's imagine that I invited you over to my house for dinner and I cooked you a meal. And you were super hungry. And you took the first bite and you said, oh man, this stuff is nasty. But you're so hungry, you would eat enough to slake your hunger, but you certainly wouldn't have second or thirds because the meal was distasteful. Now if I cooked something really good, you'd probably have, you'd eat a lot, right? But if it's distasteful, you'd eat the bare minimum to knock out the hunger pains, and then you'd be like, oh, I'm full, thanks, but, and you'd be done eating. Well, same thing's going on here if you've got a distaste for money, right? You're not going to have an abundance. You're not going to be dealing in surplus. You're going to eat just enough to slake the hunger, and that's going to be it. And that's going to define your existence. And as I said, I saw this when I was working with a client the other day, how universal of thing this is, this distaste for money. That's like, oh, yuck, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to, yuck sort of thing. I saw it in myself as well, for that matter. It's a very common thing. So now the question is, okay, if you do have this distaste for money, what can you do about it? How can you switch it to where money becomes like a savory, enjoyable experience? Well, step one is just to become aware of this and go, oh yeah, I've got this distaste. And then from that awareness, you can choose to create a different experience. To think of money as enjoyable, tasty, not like you're going to eat a dollar bill, but just an enjoyable, savory experience. So let's play a little bit in the round of what if, in the world of what if. What if you could just hold a dollar bill, and instead of experience it as yuck, you could experience it as wow, And money as currency, as current, as flow, all a dollar bill is, or a $10 bill, or a $20 bill is a solid form of energy. It's energy that you can touch, that you can hold right in your hand. If you can experience money that way, like, oh my gosh, wow, this is energy right here in my hand, and this is potential, and this is flow and current. That's pretty tasty versus yuck, right? So we can start to play those kind of games with ourselves, and this is playing games with ourselves in a good sort of way of changing what's going on inside our head so that we can get a different result. When you go to the grocery store, if you think about it, you buying a cart full of groceries is contributing directly and indirectly to probably 1,000 lives, from the farmers who grew the food, to the truckers, to the grocery store employees, to all these different sort of things. I mean, that's pretty awesome that my going to the grocery store is allowing directly and indirectly thousands of people to have jobs and careers and livelihoods and take care of their families. Right? This is a very different way to interact with money. And also that's much more of an enlivening, a tasteful way to deal with money than the habitual, yuck, money's distasteful. And again, as long as money is distasteful, a yucky sort of thing, guess what? You're not going to have that much of it in your life. And it's going to be a struggle because, back to my example, if I feed you some bad food, you're not going to eat a lot. You're going to eat the bare minimum that you can get away with being polite, or that'll take care of your hunger, and you're going to be done because it's yuck. Well, if money's yuck, that's going to be your experience of money in your life. Jonathan Mansky here, jonathanmansky.com, 303-552-7285. Check out my other videos, and thanks for watching.